Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining me, YBC Youth Building Conversation. Good evening, everyone. I just came through a lot of traffic to get onto the stage, but we here. I have
Yes.
my girl, my big sis. I call her my big sis because she older than me. Jovita Minor. Hey, how are you?
Yay, I'm doing well, thank you.
So I've been begging this young lady to get on my platform because she's amazing and she's in the tech field that a lot of us women aren't in and of color is not in. And I've been trying to get her on there, like, you need to talk about this. And she's my soror as well. But
Yes,
not only that, she's my sister. We've been friends for over what? Dag,
30,
35 years? Over
35.
35 years. So she's my sister. So I'm just so excited that you are here with me. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
She already told me she ain't praying and that I got to do that. So, so before we start, let's bow our heads and get a word in. Lord, I just want to say I thank you. I thank you for this platform, God. I thank you for just bringing Jovita on my platform. Finally, God, remove me and bring in you. Let me get the best interview out of her. Let her share everything she is doing in her community and in her household because she has two beautiful young ladies that are making a great impact on the world as well. So, Lord, just guide this interview and just protect us in our own homes and let the internet stay up and do not go out because we have a lot to discuss this evening. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
So I always ask, who is Jovita Minor?
Jovita Minor. I am a introvert first. Let's start there. That I am very uncomfortable. This is not me. People that know me may never even believe that I'm an introvert, but I'm an introvert and I'm scared. So please be patient with me. Yeah, I am 53 years old. Amen. I have two beautiful girls, Jeremiah and Jalen. My oldest, Jeremiah, she actually was on YBC quite some time ago.
Mhm.
I think she was still in college at the time.
Yep.
Since then, she graduated from West Virginia University with her bachelor's in public health. And in May, she'll be graduating from University of Delaware with her with her master's in epidemiology. Don't ask me what epidemiology is, like the study of diseases and outbreaks or something like that, but that's her. And my youngest followed me and went to Delaware State University. She is currently a freshman.
Yeah. Okay. So you're a proud mom.
Yes, ma'am. I am. I am.
So, how was you impacted in the last couple of years during this pandemic?
Um, I'm an introvert, so I would say initially I didn't feel that it impacted me because folks that know me too, I love to be home in my bed. That's my happy place. So it worked out for me, but I guess once we were put on restriction, I think the whole mindset of knowing that you can't go out, I think that part started to play a toll on me. Also at the time, I had just started a new position at JP Morgan in September. So it was a struggle trying to come up to speed with a new team remotely. So I think that was really the overall impact to the job, and also again, just being constrained, and because I think to date I've had COVID 3 or 4 times. So when it happened, it's like you kind of start to feel isolated and you're like, oh, I can't go anywhere. It's like my whole mindset changed knowing that I could go outside, I could get in my car and go for a drive. But it's just like, I guess I was one trying to keep me and my family safe. So trying to isolate and just stay home. But it was a little weird to know that I could go out, but then I couldn't go out. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I never heard it explain that, but okay, a little weird. Okay, so where are you from? Where are you from?
Strong Wilmington, Wilmington, Delaware. So I grew up in outside the city limits of Wilmington, but yes, my zip code is 19801. Um, I grew up in one of the first Black communities of single family homes in the Newcastle County area. So we are proud, homeowners still in that area. And I mean, Wilmington will always be my home. Right now, I live in Newcastle, Delaware, which is, rocks throw away from Wilmington. But yep, I'm still here, born and raised in Wilmington.
Strong Delaware.
Yes.
Strong Delaware. Yeah.
Yep.
So where do you rep your HBCU and your sorority?
So first, representing Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I am a Diamond Life member. I came through Delaware State University in the fall of 1992, Upsilon chapter. I love Zeta, 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 everything Zeta. But I'm also a Hornet. So I rep Del State. And you got royal blue and then you have red. It's been a challenge trying to rock both colors, but I do it and I try to do it well. But yes, Delaware State University, the most progressive, I can't remember the way they say it, but like one of the most progressive HBCUs ever. I'm proud to say that a friend of mine, Dr. Tony Allen, is the president, and his beautiful wife, Tara. Tara and I are childhood friends. We go way back. So I am proud to always rep DSU and also to help further the direction that the president plans to move the university.
I met his cousin. I met one of his cousins Saturday. I couldn't tell you her name, but I met one of his cousins. She was from Delaware, and we was talking in Regina. Um, and she was like, "Oh yeah," we like, "Yeah, we went to Del State." She was like, "My cousin is the president," and I was like, "What's your cousin name?" And she said his name. I was like, "We know him. We know him." She's like, "Okay, he doing his thing down here." I was like, "Yes, he is." So
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's
Very
big up,
proud of
big up
him.
to
Very
Tony.
proud of him.
Yes, yes. So how important was it to attend an HBCU?
Mm, Initially, I went to Delaware State because of my mom. My mom went to Del State for 2 years, and I'm the baby, and I wanted to be close to my mom. So that's why I chose Del State. But now, since leaving there, I just reflect back on how much I learned there and how much I grew. Um, I went to one of the largest schools in Delaware, William Penn High School, with Tony and Tara. Um, and I was always one of the Black kids in all my classes. So to go to a HBCU and to look to your left, your right, front, back, and see us educated, like smart, I wasn't the only one out there. That was amazing, amazing to me. And I think that's why, like, I can reflect back and say, I believe it was the best decision for me to go to HBCU and just know that, there are other people out there like me
Yeah.
or like us. And
But not
I'm
only,
glad I had that opportunity to go.
even though Jovita and I, we knew each other since freshman year, coming in the door. But we had the same major. I don't know why I was in that building. I don't know why I was in the science. Now I love math. I'm accounting. I love math, but I don't know why I was in the science and tech building. I don't know why. But to give you a little history, my cousin, who I looked up to, she worked for IBM. And at that time, years ago, back then, you didn't see too many women or women of color in IT. And she passed. She long gone past. But she was smart as I don't know what. But IT, she knew that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like her. Not knowing you don't have a mind like her. And you and you have to think a certain way. And my thinking was just not there. And it still ain't there with this IT and computer stuff. It still ain't there. But math, numbers, oh, I can do that all day long. But yeah, sidebar, y'all make sure y'all know what y'all going to college for before you get there. And if you don't, Not, I'm not. I don't have nothing against business degrees. If not, go to the business building, start there first, and then figure it out. Because I'm telling you, yeah. But anyway, so sorry about that. But um, what made you go into the field of IT?
My mother. My
Okay.
mother worked for DuPont when she passed back in 2021, 22, whenever she did. It's been a long time. She had been at DuPont over 30 years and working in the, computer building. I have a
Wow.
picture of her, a black and white picture of her standing in front of this enormous punch card machine. So, she was definitely my inspiration. She never talked to me about computers, but just knowing, we driving to DuPont, we going into the computer room, that just, I can't say that really had me think about computers, but it was definitely like, I guess, in the back of my mind. Also, I had a phenomenal teacher in high school, Miss Brown. She's actually one of our friends' mom, Daz, or Omari James. His
Okay.
mother, God bless her soul. She was my math teacher and my computer science teacher.
Wow.
So just, her being there for me all those years, and being an inspiration, just showing me what, my potential. When I got to Dell State, I knew that's what I wanted to do. So I ended up getting a degree in math, computer science. And I will say that I hate math. I hate math. I hate math. Don't ask me to add, subtract. Now, if it's something on sale, 50%, boom, I'm real quick to give you 50%. I can give you 75% because I know it's half of 50. But yeah, math and I are not friends. I believe what math does is allows you to think outside the box. It
Yeah.
gives you, it challenges you to not just know, instead of just 1 + 1 is 2. No, two square, or a square plus b square equals c square. It just makes you think more. It challenges you. But have I used that math? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And my daughter to this day struggles. She just came home from spring break, and she said, "Mom, before you go anywhere, can you help me with this math?" Mm-mm. I, math. I knew math at the time to pass the test, and of course, I had to take more in high school, college.
Mhm.
So I knew enough, and I was smart enough at that time to retain it to pass the test. But yeah, don't ask me.
Remember, we had to take a class, digital, digital math, and it was one question that we had like four pieces of papers after we finished trying to. Man, that I got a good grade in that class, but it was fun. But it was still like, why are we doing this?
Right.
Like nobody not gonna use this class ever.
Right. I
Um,
mean, and I can honestly say I have not used that math. And I feel bad for our students of today who have to take higher levels of math and then they never have to use it. Even if you're going into nursing, or like say chemistry, biology, you have to take that advanced math.
yeah,
But you have computers that do everything. You're measuring things, and then you're putting it into a formula which will then output a dosage, or your next step. You're not sitting there with pen and paper doing math, at least from my experience. You're not. Now there may be some positions where yes, you have pen and paper, but I don't know any.
right, right. Not even accounting. We have they be like, can you add up in your brain? I said, nah, I got a calculator. I use a calculator. I cannot do it in my head anymore. I gotta refer to a calculator.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. So, what do you do at JP Morgan?
So currently, my title
Mhm.
is VP, product manager. I've been a VP a long time, but I've never had an office. So let's get that straight. You have a door, window, desk, all of that. Right now at JP Morgan, we sit in what they call uh, I'll say collaborative areas. So it's an open floor with bench seating. You do not have an assigned seat. You can try to get a seat off of your app for the next day, but there are no assigned seats. I have a locker. So yeah, so I'm a VP on the floor, bench seating with a locker at 53 years old. Yes. So that doesn't mean anything. But
That's because of the
currently,
that's because of COVID. That's why, because you went
no,
back in the building
no,
because of
no,
COVID.
no. That was before COVID. My building was like that before COVID. What they said is that with the open concept, you're able to collaborate more. So if I'm sitting next to one of my teams, I can just turn and talk to them instead of having to get up and walk down the hallway to their office. We hear conversations. Sometimes I hear someone speaking and I'll turn around and I'm like, I have the answer for you. So it does open up collaboration, but COVID, you hear somebody cough across the room and you look, and everybody's like, they cough one more time, and I'm gonna talk to their manager. They need to go home because it's no barriers at
Yeah.
all. No barriers. No barriers. But currently I am an analyst in the privacy space. So, as you know, with all these privacy breaches and stuff, a lot of firms are boosting their privacy centers. So, I am responsible for writing requirements and handing them off to our developers that relate to the different things in privacy. So, for example, California Consumer Privacy Act. California instituted, I think it was 2020. I think it was I think it had to be effective as of 2020 that any resident in California could contact a firm, and say, "Give me all of the information that you have on me." So this
Mm.
allows a consumer or a non-customer to find out, what information a firm has. So if they have a breach, your information is not just put out there, being
Mm.
able to be stolen. So again, in California, the residents have an opportunity to contact companies that they have a relationship with, or they think they have a relationship, and ask them to provide all the information that they have on them.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. So, do you see a lot of women in your profession?
Not at all. Not a lot of women, and definitely women of color. I worked as an application developer lead for the document archive, and basically that was a space where whenever the firm would have documents. For example, I have a mortgage with Chase or auto loan. Anytime you would go to chase.com and you would want to retrieve your statement, um, the repository that I managed was that. So we housed all of the documents for the firm. So I was in that team for about 17 years. And I would say I only came across three other people of color. One was my manager, one was a coworker. Oh, two were a coworker, and one was a female. Unfortunately, Belinda passed away, I think like 2 years ago. But yes, it was very, very few of us.
Right.
And to this day, there is still few of us. In the last, I'll say 5 to 10 years, I have seen in technology the change from being mostly white men dominating the tech to now more Indians dominating the tech. So in that space, you are starting to see more women, but the men still outnumber the women, and Black women, it's still very few of us. But at JP Morgan, we do have programs that try to retain Black talent. We have several groups. Part of the diversity inclusion, there's a group called Bold. I can't remember what BOLD stands for, but in advancing Black pathways. So JP Morgan has initiatives to go out and seek um,
Oh, good.
Black talent, to include females and Hispanics, and then also they then have programs to help retain them. So we
Oh,
are we
wow.
are we are growing, and JP Morgan has a relationship with Delaware State.
Okay.
So as part of that, I've been able to go down and help with them with their career services, and helping prepare students for interviews by reviewing their resumes, giving them feedback. They also have a career service program where they are able to go and get help with the interviewing skills, and also at Delaware State they have a career closet. So
Mm.
if you have an interview and you are not prepared, with your dress, they do have services there where you can go and pick out stuff. And our group, um, DSU or DSC DSU Roundup, we actually, for homecoming this year, we had an initiative where we were asking for alumni to bring not only toiletries for the university students and the local shelter, but we also asked them to bring career ready
Okay.
items to
Yep.
help fill the closet. So
Yep.
shout out to our group who's doing great things at Delaware State to support our
They
alumni.
watch. They watching. Hey, DSC sisters, they watching. They
Uh,
watching.
uh,
We're gonna get into more of that.
mhm,
We're gonna get into more of that. So we can have to see if we have any people on here that would like to donate towards the cause for this coming homecoming
mhm.
in October. We'll get back to that. So what is the most rewarding part of being in your profession?
The most
Besides the
reward.
money. Besides the money.
I got two.
What?
I got two girls, and one just walked in, and she always in my pocket. So the money not there. The most rewarding, I think, is showing people how confident Black women can be. Um, I am again an introvert, but when I'm at work, I'm on point. I don't like to stand up and talk in front of people to give presentations, but you ask me a question, I'm there to support. I hear something, I'm going over there to help you. I love that I'm able to make a difference in my teams. I've always been um, top performer, and people are always looking for me to answer questions because they know I will help them. So I think that's really what has been, rewarding for me, is just knowing that I'm making a difference on my team and that people seek me out to support them.
Okay, I like that. So, what have been some of your biggest obstacles you had to face in your profession?
Um, Being a Black female, because you have some people that come in and think that they are better than, and they do. Um, Sometimes they'll discount you, or they'll say, "Oh, I need to go ask someone else." And I'm like, "Okay, go ahead, go ask." And you're just gonna come back to me, and the answer is still going to be the same. Or I remember when I joined, was it this team? Yeah, when I joined this team back in September 2019, the application was still in development. I think they were like three-fourths done. And one of the leads, new to the team, I'm asking them, how can I understand where you are in the development cycle? And he said, here's some, basically, he gave me some papers to read. And I'm like, yeah, I don't learn this way by reading. I like to do. I like for you to show me, and that just turned me off. I was very. It set me back for a minute, but I definitely didn't let it stop me. But I every time I saw that guy, I gave him the side eye. Like you don't bring someone into the fold by just telling them to go off and read something. And I don't know if it was just I don't know if it was a cultural thing or they were just so busy and trying to meet the deadlines. But it was several members on the team that really weren't being inclusive and trying to bring me up to speed on the project. But once I, got my foot in and started to understand, it was no stopping me. And then most of them left, and I'm still there leading the team. So,
I know that's right. I know that. So, what have been some of your biggest achievements in your life overall?
mm, I would say my first would be HBCU, Delaware State, pledging Zeta, Fall '92, Joe Solo, hey. And just I'm just thinking chronologically, and then I would say the next would be my two girls. Um, the little one is spoiled, but I love them. So yeah, those are my biggest achievements thus far.
Okay. So, so being a life member of Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated, yes. What has it taught you belonging to the best sorority out here? Sorry, y'all. What it is?
Um, being a member for 30, almost 32 years, 30, I don't know, it's been a long time.
Over
Over,
30.
I'll just say over 30 years. And also being a Diamond Life member, I just know that um, service is what we do. I believe that at least for me, I see that Zeta does a lot of service, and I feel that we do the most out of everyone, and I try to instill that in my children, my nieces, nephews. Like whenever we have something, I'm always saying, come on and help out. Just like at homecoming, we had a service initiative. My daughter came. I told her to bring some friends. I knew some people who had some freshmen that went there. I hit them up. I said, come and do service. Um, I just feel that as an educated woman, I know how important it is to give back. I didn't come from a lot, but we gave a lot. So I still feel like that I need to continue to do that. So right now, I did take some time away from Zeta. Um, my daughter went off to college, and I said I need a little bit of me time. But I definitely know I need to get back. But even though I'm not giving to Zeta, that I'm giving to Delaware State and all that I can. So I'm still doing service, um, just not with Zeta.
Okay, okay. So, what would you tell your younger self? What would you go back and tell your younger self? What
Mm.
advice would you give to your younger self?
I think I would tell my younger self, don't be so hard on yourself. Um, I think that at times I'm very hard on myself and I doubt myself. Um, and it usually takes me a long time to get something done. And then when I do it, I'm like, Jovita, it wasn't that serious. Why don't you just get it done and over with? Um, I don't know why I procrastinate, but I do. That hasn't changed, but I definitely feel that I would tell my younger self to don't be so hard on yourself. Everything's going to be all right. You're smart. You know you are. So you just have to continue the path that you've laid out for yourself and you'll be successful.
I suffer with procrastination too, but I have found out why I do procrastinate.
And why?
It's fair, and then at times I don't think I'm good enough or smart enough to do it.
Yep.
So just that might be your something you
Yes.
think about. That might be your procrastination as well.
Yes.
But I deal with procrastinating a lot and a lot of things. But I'm learning that if it's God will, He'll equip me to do it, and it'll get done, and I'll be able to do it. And then once I do it, I'm like, yeah, that was easy. Why ain't I just do that? You
Yeah.
know. So, but then I got it. But then you got to remember, you got a team of sisters that's always uplifting. So that helps. You got a village. You got a tribe that keeps you accountable and say, you know what, nah, you can do that. You can do that now. Let's get this done. So that always helps as well. So what is next for Jovita? What's next? What you got going on?
Retirement. Retirement. Amen. Retirement. That was one thing my mom never had an opportunity to do. Again, she had been at DuPont for over 30 years, and she was approached to retire and she said no, not now. So that is my goal, to retire at 55. um, I am scared because I don't know what that's going to look like, but I just started to kind of prepare myself. Well, I've been doing t-shirts for a long time on the side for fun, but I never wanted to do that as a business because I'm a procrastinator. For example, somebody will say, Jovita, can you make me a t-shirt? I have t-shirts downstairs that need to be done. And it's probably been 6, 7 months because I just do it when I want to do it and I do it for free. So if it was a paid service, then I know I would have to invest more time, and I'm not ready for that yet. And I'm not sure if that is my plan. But I did just start a web design certificate program with Ivy Community Tech College in January for web design. Um, and I like it. So that may be an opportunity for me. It's a 2-year program. The first class was just talking about how to speak with your business owner and try to see what they want, what is their objective. Also talked about usability of the app or also the website. So it was really kind of high level, even though it was stressful for me because I only have a bachelor's degree. I didn't go back to get my master's because I didn't want to write. And the first assignment was to write. And I was like, yeah. Every week I'm texting people like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is for me because I don't, if I'm passionate about something, I'll write. If I'm upset about something, I'll write a letter. But to ask me about web design, no, I'm not passionate about it yet. So it was a struggle. But at the end, this course is actually over this week. And I could look back after taking a deep breath and say, I like it. So I've been taking little notes for myself. I've already come up with a business name with the potential of me moving forward with some type of web design business.
Yeah, because you've been critiquing the heck out my website and redoing it and
That's,
everything. So hopefully I can get my design, my website redone for free. I'm just saying.
I
But
got you. I
yeah,
got you, sis. I got
we
you.
got a lot of comments going on. We're gonna show them, but let's get back to the Sister Circle initiative for October. What are we looking for specifically for donations that we give back to Delaware State kids?
So, yeah, so outside of the DSC DSU Roundup group, we also have the DSC group, which is Dope Sister Circle. So, it is a group of women that like minded women who came together out of, I'll say, me as the center. It is some of my childhood friends and my college friends that just have been together for like 30 years. Um, so what we've done is, well, what we've talked about over the years in our sister circle is giving back. So since a lot of the members of DSC are, went to Delaware State, we talked about giving back more. So definitely, my best friend Louise, class of '94, first class, we are celebrating 30 years this year at homecoming. We said we want to do more. There are a lot of other groups or entities that have come out of Delaware State, but they have not been, I'll say, giving back boots on the ground like we plan to do. So last year, our first initiative was, again, to bring toiletries and career service attire to the university to impact the students on campus. So for this year, the class of '94 is going to partner with the Roundup group, and we want to do the same thing. We want to, because the university has a clothes closet, and it also has, I'm going to call it a food bank. So not only do they give food, but it also has a bunch of toiletries. So we want to make sure that that's always stocked. So as part of homecoming, we will be asking for those items again. I wish I had the numbers to give you, but I'm going to say we collected at least from the toiletries. I think we collected over 5,000 pieces. And
Wow.
that was awesome for our first initiative. And the thing is, a lot of those items came from the group.
From us.
So
Yep.
not only did they say, yes, this is something that we want to do, they made sure that they that they brought items themselves. And then they also went out and solicited items from local companies to be able to provide for our students at Delaware State. So again, this year we are going to be doing the same thing. We're trying to see if we could do something on Thursday where we could, well, no, not Thursday. I'm sorry, because we're going to show up on Thursday. Maybe on Friday where we can be more impactful and actually go into a facility and maybe do some physical service work. I know that, and sorry, I don't have the name, but the one organization where we donated a lot to this year outside of Del State, it's right around the corner from Del State. They need some light work done. So they may need some cleaning or some painting. At the time, we weren't prepared to support them in that initiative, but we said that we can do more. So we know that most of our crew comes down on Thursday. So Friday, we have the whole day until the university starts having their events. So why not use that time, that free time, to give back to the local community? And another thing we're also trying to do, and this is just long term, again, thinking that we want to do more than just have parties. We want to be more service oriented. I was just talking to Dr. Vita, I think she's a doctor, Dr. Vita Pickram at Delaware State, about what can we do to help the university around move in. I'm part of the parent um, group chat on Facebook, and they talk about how the rooms aren't always up to par. So I said, well, what can we do as a group? Let's go in and help. So Vita did say that, I'm sorry, Dr. Pickram did say that because the school is union, we are unable to do the physical work, but we could be the quality checkers. We could come in and say, okay, for this room, this still needs to be done.
Right.
Tag it or whatever, write up a slip or whatever to ensure that someone comes back and fix it. So we're just trying to think, what can we do? Oh, one thing she said, they need help during move-in. So this is going to be an initiative that we're going to ask, our group to support move-in day. The men, maybe they can help with pushing carts, getting stuff up to the rooms, but our females, maybe they can sit at the desk so that it'll allow for a faster registration process, because we've been out of school for over 30 years. The same challenges that we had back then,
It's
they're
still here. It's
they're
still
still
here.
here. There's
Still
things
here.
that can be done digitally, but still that check-in stuff, HBCUs are still having issues with that. So we want to look to see how we can, help our alma mater as any way that we can.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, how can my viewers follow you? Give us all your social media handle and and all that.
Oh,
And you know what? We should. You know what? We should get a the DSC sister circle. We should dope sister circle. We should get a page.
we
We
should,
should
we
do a
should,
page.
because
We should do a
we,
social media page so everybody will know what's going on and what we got going on. If we want to dig deeper into community service, we can use that platform to do that, and use
yes.
my platform as well.
Yes, because a lot of us are doing great things. I mean, our dope is our sister circle. We are all dope. So we would love to share things that we're doing and who we're collaborating with to ensure that, we're making an impact. But I, I mean, you can follow me if you'd like at Jovita Minor on Facebook, on Instagram, Joe Solo 92, I believe, and stay tuned for my business page. I named it Gem, JEM, which is my initials, Designs. That's what I wrote down. That's where it's leading me. So stay tuned.
Okay, okay, good. So, can you give us some inspiring words? Can you leave with our, being that it's Women's History Month and you a dope sister in IT? Can you leave our females? with some encouraging words about going into IT and the benefits of being an IT major in school because it's needed.
Um, I would just say you do not have to be an IT major to start. JP Morgan has a lot of opportunities. Don't just think of us. I mean, I know I'm not here to promote JP Morgan. I'm here to promote different opportunities. But the firm I work for has a lot of opportunities. It's not just a bank. So, whatever path you decide to go, just know that banks may be an opportunity for you. And then once you get in, there are so many education programs or focuses for you to move into IT. Firms like to retain, so they will give you opportunities to move up in your career. So take those advantages. I'll say that students who are graduating from college, don't be disappointed if you don't land that dream job.
Mm.
With my math and computer science degree, I graduated in 94. I was a temporary employee, or now they call them contractors, at JP Morgan for over 3 years. My first job was entering credit card applications, meaning taking the physical application, looking at it, and typing it into the system, ensuring that, all of the information that I entered was correct. That's where I started my career, and look at me now. It allowed me to get, I got a foot in the door, and then I just ran with it. So do not be disappointed if you don't land that dream job when you graduate. Just get a job, show who you are. Always come with your authentic self, and do a great job. Ask for help. People want to help you. Well, you'll know people who want to help you and people who don't. Try to get with like-minded people, and they will pull you with them as they rise. And that is, like, I feel like that's what happened to me. I fell under some great people, and they just pulled me up. As they moved to different teams, they pulled me because they knew I was good. So just get a foot in the door. No matter where you land, it's always up from there. So do not be disappointed. Get your foot in the door and just run once you get in there. But just, come with your authentic self, and you'll be great.
Okay, that's good. So we got a lot of comments. I'm gonna go through real quick. Okay, I always have my favorite girl. That's Telfia Graves. She always watching. She always donate too. Cookie, we need you. And then we have Hey DSC sister. I think that's Dion. I want to say that's Dion. That's
Georgette,
Georgette. She
I'm
always
still
watching,
not scared of
supporting.
you, Georgette. She's she had me running. Woo!
Yeah, we have another DSC sister. I don't know who that is. That is awesome. Somebody was like, woo, woo, woo. And here she go. Yes, let me know what you're looking for. So she has a lot of clothes.
Oh yes, thank you. We need
Um,
career clothes.
somebody
Business
already gave her the
attire.
information. Dion was on it. Dion was on it. So that was Dion that gave her the
Okay.
information.
Thank you, Dion.
Somebody said, awesome. Thank you. Okay, that's them talking to each other in the chat. Let's see. Yes, indeed. Retirement is an awesome goal. Yep. And then, are you looking for a test person? Looking for a website? She's looking for a website designer. So she's saying if you're looking for a test person, she's it.
Okay. Okay.
And then somebody said, wonderful. I'll get it in. I don't know what that means. Yes, get a
Get a pay.
page. And then somebody said, go, JoJo. That might be Regina. I don't know. That sounds like something Regina would say. But thank you for coming on, sitting there.
Yeah.
Y'all, when I tell you, I was like, you coming on? Mm-hmm. And then she'll ghost me. And I'm like, well, I thought you said, I know. But look,
Luana, I am an introvert, but when I'm around my friends and family, I'm very outgoing. People don't I don't think people really know that, but I am a true introvert. I don't like to be in front of people speaking. This is scary for me, but I'm glad to have been given the opportunity to come on, and I
yeah,
will come back. I will
Yes.
come back as I start to grow my business. I would like to share more.
Okay, great, great. Oh, look at that. 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 Joe Solo in the place to be. But yeah, but thank you for coming in. Do you have any questions for me before we wrap up?
I no questions, but I would like to say that you are doing the thing.
Thank
House of
you.
Peyton, yeah. So as part of my course, I was tasked with reviewing a website. So I took on the opportunity to review Luana's website and to provide some feedback. I haven't given her the feedback, but that's part of the end of my course. But I love the experience of looking at the House of Peyton, just seeing some things where I saw that there could be opportunities for improvement. But overall, I am so proud of you. I know this is your baby. This is something that you have been um, talking about for a long time, and I can't wait for this to grow.
Thank
When you look at what I wrote up as a future for House of Peyton, you'll be like, okay, Jovita, because I wanted to incorporate YBC and just all the great things that you're doing. So you are phenomenal. Keep up the
thank
good
you.
work. And House of Peyton, yes, I can't wait to get my shoes. So House of Peyton, check them out. Check them out.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thank you, gentlemen, ladies, for watching. Gentlemen, for watching. If you have a kid, a young adult, and they in school and they have that IT mind, please, I'm gonna put Jovita's information down below. Contact her, talk with her to see if it's something you might want to do, or if you're a college student and you need some items, please contact so we know what people need and what's the need out there for college students. I know we started with Dell State. That's because that's our alma mater. That's that's where the line is at. But I'm pretty sure we can branch out. She have kids in other places, other schools. The other sisters have children in other colleges as well as myself. And whatever the need is, I'm pretty sure we'll be there to help you out. So just let us know
Yep.
what your kids need, or for youngsters, you watching this, what y'all need, because it get rough out there being in college, and if you don't have the support, it gets very, it gets daunting at times. Thank God we had support. We had
Yes.
families that helped and was able to help us out. But in saying that, have a good evening. My birthday is Saturday. I will be 53. So excited. Not doing anything. First year that I'm really not going anywhere on my birthday, and I'm just at home. And but it's a blessing. It's a blessing
Yes.
not to be able to have anything to do and just be in my own home. But yeah, stay on Jovita. But have a good evening, and I will see you guys next
Thank
week.
you. Thank you.
Stay on, Joe.